Hey everybody, what's up? Just a quick topic tonight. The other day at work, I was talking with a coworker, in excitement about the new Spider-Man movie coming out this summer, Spider-Man 3. Uh, I've been a fan of Spider-Man and the X-Men, especially since I was a young boy. Since I was like in second grade, I got my first comic book subscription to Spider-Man, and it got me to thinking about these movies and the importance of heroes. Kind of mythological heroes, or like Spider-Man, X-Men. Those are modern day heroes, I suppose. But the importance of fable and heroes and storytelling and all that. And for me, growing up, I couldn't imagine my childhood without, especially Spider-Man. I got into the X-Men when I was, gosh, late middle school, maybe high school, and all through college. I mean, the X-Men were kind of my thing. But when I was a kid, really young, Spider-Man was where it was at. And when I was a kid, I was a young, skinny, geeky kid. I didn't have a lot of friends. I was awkward and just didn't fit in. I was the art kid at a small school. I moved to there in third grade. I had a small group of friends, but I just never quite fit in. I wasn't athletic. I was just different, as an outcast. And Spider-Man, he was the same thing. He was the underdog. He was the one, when he was Peter Parker, everybody picked on him and called him a bookworm. And, meanwhile, he's his alter ego, he's saving lives. And I think as a kid, that was a really strong message to me. I wonder, that's just part of growing up. It's hard, but I wonder how many people's lives have been saved by something like this. It's a very profound thing when you're that age to identify with somebody so much, and then that person is the hero. They get the girl in the end, and they get the to save the day, and that's like the fantasy, growing up. And when I was a little bit older, like I said, in high school and in college, I was all about the X-Men. And the X-Men even took that isolation of Spider-Man, that, him being a misfit, took that to another level with having them be social outcasts, having them being minorities, essentially, this mutant race that was feared by society. I can look at that at a much stronger level today with our culture, and I can see why it's so popular. For me, it was just, again, it was this idea of being a misfit and not fitting in, and yet knowing there were people around you. For me, I was the art kid, and my art was my superpower. If you look in some of those, in that my last video about the music and what song best describes me, there's a lot of drawings of a superhero character with like light coming from his fists, or there's other drawings of me with light coming out of my fists. Those are all self-portraits. As I was a kid, I realized the thing that made me different, the thing that I was getting picked on about, was my art and my talent, and that was also my greatest strength. And now as an adult, I embrace that. It's who I am today. I don't regret growing up that way. It wasn't easy. I can relate to some really nasty times and getting picked on and the whole bit, which I'd never want, if I ever have children, them to deal with, or my nephews to have to deal with. But the X-Men, it was like the thing that made them different, the thing that they were getting picked on, was also what made them heroes and made them, save the world. And I think that's really important in our society, to have these heroes, to have these mythological or fictional heroes, for us to save the day. They did save the day for me. And just to help you escape and make you realize, hey, it's not that bad. I think everybody feels like an outcast at that age. But I see these movies now, all these superhero movies, and they're all huge. And I'm just excited with the way special effects have come and directors and all that. These are great movies. Um, so I guess I just wanted to make that small point that, especially like I said, Spider-Man and the X-Men, those were huge for me. And uh, I couldn't imagine growing up without that as my safety net, without uh, the being able to relate to those stories of the sometimes a nice guy finished first in the end. Maybe people didn't know about it. And I think as I get older, in a lot of ways, I'm realizing that it's not as important for me to get notoriety, even at work. I'm a lot of times behind the scenes, and I'm used to that. I'm used to making the machine work, but never being, the figurehead for it. And I guess that's okay, because I know. And I think, I guess that's what these movies tell me, or that's what I got from them. And, I see it already. My nephews are 7 and 5, and they love Spider-Man, and they love Star Wars, and they love the good guys in Star Wars. Even though Darth Vader is so cool, they want to be Obi-Wan or Anakin, or Luke Skywalker. They want to be the hero. They want to be the person who saves the day. And I think we all have that inside ourselves, that we want to save the day. And I think if I'm going to make a point here and be a little preachy, we all have it within us to somehow be that hero. Whether it's with the smallest thing, whether it's with a special talent we have, whether it's, talents can and aren't don't have to be this huge thing. I know people that say they have no talents, and they are just fun to be around, and they're fun people, and they're nice to talk to, and they cheer me up, and that's their talent. And we all have something special that does make us that hero, and if you blow it up, if you make it huger, larger than life, yeah, we would be superheroes. So, I guess with that said, I just wanted to talk about that quick today, and I'd love to hear what people think about heroes. I haven't talked about our real life heroes, our soldiers, our firemen, our policemen, our teachers, our parents. The real life heroes that we can't get by without. But I guess I'm talking about these imaginary ones that are part of the American landscape. I can't imagine. Life has always had Spider-Man to me. It's always had Superman. And I can't imagine life without that. So, find your inner hero. And that's all for now. Have a good one. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.